You rolling, Tyron?
Oh, sorry.
Next question is, please describe the time capsule project. Just give the overview of the project.
So in the journal, the students had actually 5 letters that they wrote, and there was only one that actually went in an envelope and had an address with the stamp, and they would give it to me. So I gave them some suggestions and questions that they could answer, but they didn't have to. It could be anything, trying to think about when they would receive the letter, what would be fun to read about. So they could be asking themselves questions, they could be describing who they were lusting after, how they felt about school, their parents, their friends, their future, their body image. And those were just suggestions. I also said they might want to put...
Do you mind restarting it? I also said, because of the bell.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I also suggested they might want to put some photographs in. This was before digital, so to have some photos printed, not look at them, and put them in the envelope. Students put in concert tickets, and sometimes they would have a friend write some notes and put them in. With some classes, I suggested that their parents write them a letter and put them in, without looking at it. They would seal it up, they would give it to me, and they were supposed to put on the back the date they wrote it and the date that they would like me to send it to them. And then I took them home and filed them away, and as the date comes up, I would then send the letter out.
And what were kids typically asking for? What was the range of dates that they asked to have them send?
A very common date was the date they were going to graduate from Berkeley High. Other dates that were popular, the date they expected they might graduate from college, their 21st birthday, their 30th birthday, various birthdays. And then some said you can send as late as possible. Oh, I know, the other was a very popular date was the year 2000. I mailed, I think, 102 letters.
How much would you say you spent on postage up to this point?
I get asked a lot about the postage situation. I wish that the forever stamps had been around then. But whatever the cost of a stamp was at the time, they were supposed to add 2 cents for every year after that. So some students say the postage was 37 cents, they'd give me $1, and they'd say keep the change. And then there were other students who forgot to bring an envelope, they forgot the postage. So I think in the long run, I may have made $10 or lost $10. I think it probably all evened out a bit.
Yeah, I realize, can we get a really nice broad intro statement, which is, I'm Nancy Rubin, I started my teaching career in 1978 at Berkeley High School, and by 1979 I was teaching social living. Just a real kind of intro bio paragraph.
I'm Nancy Rubin, and I started teaching at Berkeley High in 1969. And for 5 years I taught the visually impaired, and then for a year I taught the gifted in 5 different schools. And then I was back at Berkeley High to teach social living from 1977 until 1996. And yes.
Great. How many letters have you sent, and how many are left?
So I figured out that I probably sent somewhere between 10 and 12,000 letters. And right now I have 21 letters left. And this project actually included 2 schools.
Will you talk a little bit about how it involved 2 schools? But let's see. Coming in? No? So yeah, we tie in the 2 schools.
Yeah, maybe I should, I don't know, should we, because we're not really including
Okay.
those.
So you just now talked about numbers.
Can I file it?
No, you just answered the
No,
question.
I know, but
Yeah, how to keep everything organized.
At the end of the year, somewhere around the holidays, I would gather up all the letters that were gonna go out the next year. And originally, they were stored in shoe boxes by year, and then I ran out of room, so we started using the cheese board pizza boxes, and fortunately, I love cheese board pizza, so that worked out just fine. And I put the date on the outside of the box, and sometimes there were several boxes for 1 year. And I would put the pizza boxes or the shoe boxes all over my living room and dining room and just start sorting the letters that came in from that year. Then,
Do you mind if let's let this
Oh,
science
that's fine.
pass and start over. You guys mind stopping them and we'll restart them?
Yeah, do you want a different shot?
No, no.
I think I went like a bit wider for the introduction because I figured
Great.
like